Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everybody. Welcome to yet another quarantined episode of the Cameron Woolley Show. With me is Ming Chen,
What's up, everybody?
and I'm Cameron Woolley. I'd like to take a moment to just a little bit of somber news in the sports world. I don't know if you've heard, but NHL player Colby Cave um
Saw that
passed away.
Edmonton Oilers. Young. He was young, 25.
Yeah, a young guy. I forgot what he died from. It was something with like brain bleeding.
Yeah, in
I
an
think, which
emergency.
which when you hear something like that, there's just
Yeah, I mean, I don't have a ton of details. I don't know if it was related to hockey. I don't know if it was something outside of hockey, but yeah, he got put in a medically induced coma, and then and then he passed away. So, um, yeah, never a good thing. I think this happened yesterday, right?
yeah, yesterday, the day before. I've just lost track of time at this point.
Yeah, me too. What have you been up to? I know you're still taking classes. You're still in school. Um,
Oh, yeah, got my report card back.
oh, how'd it go?
3.9,
Nice,
3.9 GPA.
nice.
According to some random calculator.
Yeah. Well, I mean, at least a random
And you know
calculator.
you can trust random calculators on the internet.
Of course. Yes, of course you can. That's great. And I mean, it does. I don't think they've called it yet, but it doesn't. Not likely that you'll be going back physically to school,
I know I'm
correct?
not going to be back there physically.
Which stinks because that's the place you go to is really cool. But
Yeah,
sounds like I mean, it sounds like your spirits are up though. Sounds like you're having
yeah,
fun.
I'm good.
How outside of school, how have you been keeping yourself occupied,
Um,
and are you surviving in a world without sports?
World without sports, it's tough, but I mean, the MCHL is still going on strong.
Okay,
I'm still kind of calling games there. The Pixelmon thing just had a tournament there. I've had a great time. It went really well.
okay. Pokemon Minecraft. Are you still are you still doing
Oh,
that?
oh yeah,
Okay,
yeah. I'm still doing that. I've got some prospects in my team that I'm going to be training up for the next tournament in a couple weeks.
okay.
No, I caught a Charmander that's now a Charizard.
All right, you've grown into a Charizard. You've
Yeah, I grew it into a Charizard. I've got a Garchomp now, which if you don't know, that thing is it's pretty good.
yeah. Have you taken on any kind of alternative sports entertainment to keep yourself occupied?
MCHL.
Okay, that's yeah, that
Definitely
that
the
definitely counts.
MCHL. Definitely.
All right, because I've gotten very heavy into marble racing. Are you familiar with marble racing? Did we talk about marble
I've
racing?
I've seen it.
Okay,
I've seen it and it looks awesome.
there's a whole hardcore league. It's called Marbula One, and
Oh my god.
there are commentators. There's like 4K. Uh, they shoot this thing in 4K. I think
Wow.
I don't know if you're able to catch this live anywhere. I've been watching it all on YouTube, but it's like to me, I can't imagine you're into NASCAR.
I'm not in NASCAR, but I won't make. Actually, I have made fun of
Oh,
NASCAR
sure,
plenty of
sure,
times.
sure.
Like I have made fun of it, but I mean, I've got nothing. I've got nothing against it.
Yeah, I just with no offense against NASCAR, but with more exciting sports to watch, with more going on than guys driving,
But
like
I can just imagine yourself like in a camper in the middle of a
sure,
NASCAR
sure,
race
that would be fun.
with a big cooler
Yes,
and then just sitting there in like a lawn chair with your friends with some like 80s hair metal playing on your boombox
that sounds
just
awesome, but
with NASCAR just going around like you're in the middle like
right,
on the field.
sure.
Just imagine that.
I That would be awesome. However, if I'm either in the stands or at home watching a bunch of cars turning left for whatever 500 laps or whatever, not doesn't sound as exciting as say playoff hockey or
Oh
the
god, playoff hockey.
the ALCS or or an NFL playoff game or even or an NBA playoff game
Yeah.
or yeah, I mean, you know what though? I mean, I've never sat through a whole NASCAR race, so I won't knock it fully, but I'm just saying in comparison. But watching these marble races, I say it's more fun than watching NASCAR. I don't know.
My I have a friend of mine, Link. He would he would come at you about that. He'd come at you strong
Hey,
about that take.
if he wants to come in and argue marble racing versus NASCAR, I'm all up for it for sure, for
Oh,
absolutely.
dude, he is from Tennessee. He
Ah,
is
okay.
like, yeah, he lives in the Bible Belt, man.
Yeah.
Just like,
But these marble tracks, there are like built ones, you know, that they make them out of plastic or whatever. There are
oh, marble
ones,
runs are the
and
best.
then there are dirt tracks where they run it down a
Yeah, I
hill, and
saw
they
the dirt tracks. I've seen them on Twitter.
yeah, and all the marbles have names like orange juice and like you know, they all have clever
OJ,
names. Yeah,
OJ.
OJ. Yeah, OJ was good. Yeah, OJ's like a champion marble man. Yes, OJ's totally a champion marble racer. So
Oh,
it's
OJ.
been pretty exciting. I mean, in a world where there's nothing else going on, I suggest anybody listening or watching out there to definitely check it out. My question was, yeah, I got a can full of marbles somewhere. How do we get involved in this? Can we get sponsorship?
I
Can we like do we wear
I
uniforms?
mean, I have some old Marble Run, like but you have kids,
I
so
do.
I assume you've bought those you've reluctantly bought those plastic Marble Run
Oh yeah, sure. And I
those Marble Run
oh yeah
sets.
yeah absolutely. And some of the more Marbula One tracks are like that. They go in a large lap, and then there's like an elevator that takes them back to the beginning, and then they get dropped off again. It's pretty awesome.
But the first thing I thought of when I heard like professional like marble racing
Yes.
was how do you think they dope the marbles? How
Well,
do you think they
I you
do
know what?
that?
I was thinking that too. So I much like
Like, what
bowl.
are the regular? Is it like Pinewood Derby where
Oh sure, you can't. Yeah, there's got to be uniformity and you know, competitive fair play, and yeah, you can't juice the marbles. But I think much like you know, like bowling, they can fill the middle of a bowling ball with liquid. I think like that's how they cheat in bowling. You put liquid in it, so it
and honestly, the way to make bowling easier would be to make it lighter.
right.
Whenever I bowl, I remember when I went to something for my mom's work. I remember I must have bowled like 2, 3 games, which if you ever go bowling, just bowl for maybe one game. Never bowl for multiple
Why is
games.
that? Do you get
Because my
fatigue?
forearm, this hurt badly. I remember I was sitting there in bed like, ooh.
Well, yeah,
Like
yeah.
at school the next day, I couldn't even lift up a pencil. I'm like, ugh.
That yeah, you don't have your own personal training staff. You don't have like that ice machine, and you're not like a pitcher like dipping your elbow in ice.
Yeah.
I think
I
there.
have biofreeze.
Oh yeah,
I have
that
biofreeze back there. That does the trick.
nice,
I
nice.
have biofreeze and a leave.
All right, that's all you need. That's all a champion needs is
Oh yeah.
just rub some dirt on it. You'll be fine. I'm sure there are a way to juice the
for
marbles.
cut for
I thought about that too though. I was like, wait, what if you put like you know like a fill it like a little lead weight in the middle or something, and because you don't want the marble too
a
light.
microscopic the mark like a microscope actually more weight on the marble
Yeah,
because it's going down, isn't
right.
it?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's going down on a
Like, yeah,
decline.
if
Yeah,
it's going down, then weight would actually be good for it because it's
right.
making it go down faster.
Exactly. If I have my physics right,
Unlike
I haven't taken a physics class in a long time. I think that's how it works.
that, I haven't even taken physics yet,
Oh,
but
okay.
I know more weight in something. But I remember I actually found this out. Um, actually at school like years ago because every year my math and chemistry teacher who's now my math and chemistry teacher, he was always my math teacher. Um, we do this tradition every year where in STEAM or to most people
Yes.
STEM
Right.
we would make paper rockets and our teacher has this air pump thing that actually was there for him when he built it.
Okay.
And funnily enough, I did this for years. It was a tradition. I found out that if you put rocks at the top,
Right.
well, a big problem that a lot of people had, which was a rookie mistake.
Is
Um, when you shot off the thing because there was a bunch of air pressurized,
Right.
and then it would release when you pressed the button. It would go, poof, and then the small rocket would go up in the air like. Beep. A problem that a lot of people ran into, myself included, again, rookie mistake. They would actually blow the top off of their rockets, and then we found out that if you put rocks at the top,
Right. It's like a shotgun
so
shell.
we just scavenged the yard for little rocks. Like, all right, I'm putting this at the top of the, like we'd load it like it's a musket.
Right. Yeah. It's
It's
like
like put it there like, and then put some scotch tape over there. And then go out there. I tell you, those things, they'd go into orbit.
That's.
And by into orbit, I mean 30 feet.
I mean, that's not good. That's not bad for a paper rocket.
Oh,
Like
we did
grabbing.
it every year. Again, every year from when I was like 10 to 14.
Right.
Every year, it was always around the springtime too. It was around this time actually.
I
We
gotta.
stopped. Unfortunately, we stopped doing it in high school. But knowing him, he probably would have figured out a way to get us out.
Oh yeah. I gotta see if there's any of this evidence of this on YouTube somewhere. Sounds awesome.
I don't know if it's anywhere on YouTube. I remember when I was a funny story. When I was in fourth grade, we took an aeronautics. It was an aeronautics elective where
Yeah.
we made rockets out of 2-liter bottles. And then one time when they were testing out the launcher, I, being the unlucky bastard that I am, ironically enough, I'm Irish. So I walked in front of it, shot the 2-liter bottle like 50 miles an hour. Hits me square in the nuts.
Oh.
I'm just sitting there.
It had to hit you there.
Yeah,
It was just
had to
perfectly
hit me there.
timed. And did anyone capture this on any kind of recording device?
Unfortunately, no.
That would have. I mean, talk about viral videos, man. I would have watched
Oh,
that.
dude, it would have been hilarious. 10-year-old kid getting hit there by a bunch of
A 2-liter
by a
bottle?
2-liter bottle
That's-
rockets.
That's. Oh man, I would. Yeah. All right. Too bad no one was rolling on that.
Even though we have iPads.
Yeah. I'm digging your shirt, by the way. It's a 1985 Nintendo Entertainment System, and hang on.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Oh, it looks straight out of
here
1985.
it is.
Oh God. What's he pulling out?
Oh, what up?
Oh, nice.
I got the
Oh,
classic.
the NES Classic.
I do. I have
Oh,
a
that's
classic
dope.
here with
I
me.
have one of those for the Super Nintendo.
Yeah, and I managed to hack it. I did put the real Mike Tyson's Punch Out on it.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, so you can. It was really easy too for anybody who has one of these. You can load it up with as many games as you want. So there's a program out there called Hackchi, and yeah, you just plug in the Nintendo and it just load up games on it. So 'cause we were playing Punch Out a couple weeks ago, but it was the one with Mr. Dream. So
Oh,
so yeah, I had to give a
Like-
shout out. I had to give a shout out to you.
No,
sir,
like
for
I
sure.
remember beating Mr. Dream. I technically have beaten Punch Out.
Yes.
But,
Yeah,
I technically have beaten it, but I beat Mr. Dream. That's
Right.
like, so like I didn't, like I won, but I didn't beat it. Like
right.
I beat it, but I didn't beat it.
Right. Speaking of fighting games, do you? So that's boxing. Do you play any of the? You play Street Fighter? You ever play Mortal Kombat?
I suck at those games.
Virtual Fighter?
But I mean, I'm average at Smash Brothers.
Okay,
I am not good at fighting games.
Smash definitely counts. Smash definitely counts as a fighting game.
Yeah, like Smash. Don't get me wrong. It's, in my opinion, best fighting game franchise of all time. But even though, and then the Street Fighters and Mortal Kombat to the world, that's saying a lot.
Right. But you can't get 4 people at one time on those. I think that really gives it a big edge as well. Plus, like the
Okay. On Smash, now you can have 8 at once.
yes, that's insane.
Which I remember I went to the midnight release of Smash for Wii U. Shout out to my Dad of the Year,
Yes,
2014.
yes. Shout out to Joe
I
Woolley.
remember we played 8-player Smash,
Right.
like, and this was like at 10:30, an hour and a half before the game officially released. So I was there, 10-year-old Cameron, having a grand old time with a bunch of college kids, just guzzled on Taco Bell,
Yeah.
and
Taco Bell, a little Blue Mountain Dew. Yeah, you're set. You're set
oh
for the
yeah,
midnight
a
release.
Baja Blast. I was sitting there. We were playing on Bridge of Eldon. I was playing as Little Mac
Yes.
because he was the character I was most excited for because Punch Out underrated.
Yes.
There was this guy on, and Bridge of Eldon, flat ass map.
Right. Right. I hate the
Like, it's
side-scrolling
just
maps, but yeah.
straight bridge.
Right.
There was this guy that was playing as Robin, and he was just sitting there spamming his laser. And whenever he'd charge up, I was sitting there, just like me, 2 feet shorter than everyone else, and then it was like jump. Those guys were really cool. They were cool.
Yeah. All right, I brought all that up. I don't imagine you watch UFC at all. Are you a UFC fan? Yeah, I'm sure you'll tune in if it's on
The
somewhere.
only fighting sport I'd legitimately be interested in is boxing.
Okay.
The only professional fight I ever watched, if you could call it a professional fight,
Right.
it was Mayweather McGregor.
Oh, okay.
That was the only fight I watched.
It's a good fight.
And even then, the fight was kind of eh.
Yeah. The So I don't know if you read Dana White, who runs the UFC. I think UFC like
That guy's crazy.
246 is coming up, and he was hell bent on making it happen, no matter what. And I think he was prepared to buy his own island, and fly all the fighters out there, and do it there.
I mean,
And I don't know if you've ever seen the Mortal Kombat the movie, but that's exactly the plot of Mortal Kombat the movie. Except without and if you go out, a lot of people are wearing masks, so they do look like Scorpion and Sub-Zero, and yeah, everyone we're all laughing. We're like, wow, he did it, man! He made his own Mortal Kombat. He finally did it. Somebody did it.
Mortal Kombat,
like real Mortal Kombat, where it's just the fighters coming to a mysterious island in the middle of nowhere to fight until one remains, more or less.
Mortal Kombat. It's Mortal Kombat mixed with Fortnite.
Right, Mortal Kombat Isolation, Mortal Kombat Quarantine. Like you could call this anything.
Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, Mortal Kombat Social Distancing. I don't. Yeah, Mortal Kombat Isolation. I think is a good one though. And I thought I was like, man, he almost did it, but he got shut down by ESPN. ESPN was like, dude, you can't. We're not gonna endorse this. We're not gonna help you televise this. Is like, you know what? Just postpone it. I like his attitude though, and I like his attitude that we hear a lot in sports, where what, don't let anything stop you, no matter what.
Yeah.
No matter how bad the odds look, no matter who tells you no.
No matter what logic says.
No matter what logic or safety or public safety says. That you that don't let anything stop you, and I think that's the last hope though. I think buying his own island was probably the only thing he could have done, and he can't televise it by himself, so yeah, so probably no UFC.
I mean, I thought this was America.
Right.
I'm just thinking about that South Park scene. Just like Dana White being like, I'm sorry, I thought this was America.
Right. Yeah, what happened to if you put your mind to it, you can accomplish anything.
Yeah. Speaking of putting your mind to stuff.
Yes.
I decided to pick a movie series to binge.
Oh, nice. Which one? What are you on right
Rocky.
now?
Like
Oh,
I'm
man.
binging the Rocky series right now.
Okay, so you started with
I've
the
watched
first.
I've watched every single movie up to Creed,
Okay.
skipping Rocky 5.
Okay, that's all right. I that's yeah. I won't blame you for that. So you're
But
still
Rocky 5, I'm telling you,
you're fine. I think
like,
you're fine without Rocky.
I haven't watched some of these movies since I was 6.
Sure.
Like I remember watching Rocky One. I remember I did rewatch
Yeah,
that
great
like a
movie.
year ago with my dad.
Um, one
Rocky Two, less boring than I remember.
oh right,
Um,
yeah, Rocky 2 is great, but then I think Rocky 3 and 4 are the two
okay,
I really
Rocky Two. So let's go back to there.
yeah
Rocky Two, um, is kind of a slog. It's kind of like, nah, nah. It's not bad. Every single scene, um, like every except for the scenes with Apollo in them, because every single scene with Apollo in it in Rocky Two is straight up gold.
right. Oh yeah, Carl
But
Weathers, man.
every other scene without Apollo in it, up to the point where Adrian wakes up from her coma,
Yes.
is kind of depressing. If I'm being honest, it's just like Rocky's looking for a job, and he's like, "No, man, I want to work in an office. You know what I'm saying? I want to make money sitting down like you. You know, I'm like, I don't want to get beat up. You know what I'm saying, Adrian?"
That's pretty good.
But anyway, the last half hour from that movie, up to the point when Adrian wakes up and she says, "Win, win." That's when the
Yeah,
movie just
win
kicks into
Rocky.
overdrive, and then it becomes awesome. Like the training montage, Rocky running with the
Yep.
kids.
Yeah. Oh man, that's a great scene. Up onto the steps of the Philadelphia, whatever the public
Art
library or whatever,
museum,
or
the
the
art
museum.
museum.
Yeah. I mean, that's an iconic scene. So much so they built a statue out of it. So,
Oh yeah.
and the fight is great. And
Oh dude, the fight from Rocky too. I mean, every single fight in a Rocky movie is good.
yeah, and spoiler alert, what Rocky wins in Rocky 2, but only by the smallest of margins. He
Yeah, like by a
barely.
second, he was just no matter what. That scene always gives me a heart attack.
Oh yeah, yeah. You know
Even though
what?
I know how it ends,
Yeah,
I'm just sitting there like, no, get up, get down.
yeah. That's how well that shot. And well, I mean, not to digress. There are a lot of sports movies like that where we know how it ends. We
Oh yeah,
like Miracle. That's a good one where you know how
oh
it ends, but you're
miracle.
still on the edge of your seat.
Longest 10 minutes. Not when Mike Ruzzini scored, there was 10 minutes left.
Yes,
Jesus Christ. Could you think of a longer 10 minutes of your
I
life?
I cannot. No.
Because if we're sticking with Rocky metaphors, it was like Drago in the first round, he was just like beating up on him, and that was like the Soviets going at Jim Craig because I didn't watch a lot of film, but after watching the movie and hearing words from people who watched it, it was just nonstop Soviet pressure.
Oh yeah.
It was just like shot after shot after shot on Jim Craig. It was like a devil's game,
Ha.
except
Yeah.
worse.
Except yeah,
Like like they couldn't get the puck out of their zone. They couldn't break out. It was just Jim Craig standing on his head.
right. And if you
Remember, this was back in the day before goalies actually learned how to goaltend. Like, this is when like the stand up style. You stand like 5 feet out of your crease.
right, and hopefully
Like
you just block the shot. Like
like
yeah,
before
yeah.
butterfly was even a
Right.
thing.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And if you look at the goalies from back then, they look tiny. They're tiny. They don't fill up the net with like big, huge pads like
Oh yeah, like John Sebastian Jaguar. That's how he won the Conn Smythe,
yeah, or freaking
because
Lundqvist, man, with those
his
big
gear made
pads.
him look like the Juggernaut.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. So you had to be athletic back then, way more athletic in my opinion back then. Um.
I mean, that's why they scored so much as well. Like the
Oh
'80s
yeah.
was like it is dubbed the goal scoring era because
Right.
everybody scored so many goddamn
Yeah.
goals.
For sure. For sure.
Anyways,
So yeah.
back to my whole
Yeah.
Rocky
Rocky.
retrospective.
Yes.
Rocky 3, another fantastic movie. Like the Eye of the Tiger montage. Holy
Oh yeah.
shit.
It's great, and yeah, it's fun seeing Rocky and Apollo be friends. It's the training montages are gold.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Mr. T,
Um,
Clubber Lang is
Mr.
awesome.
T.
Just
That was
him,
how he got started.
yeah, yeah, just him running his mouth. I love it. I love. He's a guy you love to hate, man.
Oh yeah. Although an interesting aspect about that movie, um, like training before the first fight, you know how Rocky
Oh, he's
wasn't really taking it
lollygagging.
seriously.
Yeah,
He was like Apollo in the first Rocky.
right.
Right? He was just kind of like, okay, it's just gonna be one last fight. I'm gonna make it a big show. It'll be great PR. And then, like, he rented out that hotel room, that convention center,
Yep.
so everybody can see him training. And then he was just, and then Mick was all pissed off at him, like, "What the hell are you doing, kid?
Let's go train for real.
This guy's gonna kill you."
You're scared.
And then it was Clubber on the other hand. He was actually like grinding in his old gym. He was actually working hard. He was Rocky
Yes.
in that scenario. He was Rocky, which is a pretty weird way to look at it.
Yep. Yeah, the roles were reversed. He had the fire though, man. The motivation. He hated
Yeah.
Rocky. He wanted to beat him to a pulp, and he did.
Yeah.
It's good to see the comeback though. Yeah, that one. Yeah,
Dude, that scene on the beach with Rocky and Apollo hugging each other. I don't care what anybody
falling
says.
into the
That is
water.
the manliest thing ever. Like, can you think of a manlier scene in a movie than that?
I agree. So I don't know if you know this or not, but there's an episode of Comic Book Men where me and fellow comic man Mike Zapsik, we do a zombie run through the hills of Pennsylvania, and he was kind of out of shape, so I helped train him, and we did a Rocky 3 montage. I'll have to send it to you. We did
Oh
it.
my God.
We tried to replicate it as much as we could. That Rocky 3 training montage. And we finished the race too, just for anybody, spoiler alert for anybody wondering. We finished that zombie race, but I had to train him just like Apollo and Rocky did. And while we were shooting that, I had a lot of fun.
Oh yeah. Oh, that must have been great.
That was good. And then you went Rocky 3, the rope-a-dope technique, the let him beat on you until he tires himself out, and then go after him.
Yeah. But dude, that was a cool scene, like, I think it was after the second round. It was like after Rocky, like, he got his ass kicked.
Yeah.
And then he was in the corner. Apollo's like, "What the hell are you doing?" And he's like, Rocky's like, "He's getting tired. It's strategy, Apollo. I know I'm doing. Trust me, man. He's getting tired."
He had the Stars and Stripes boxing trunks.
Oh yeah.
Apollo gave it, like, a lot of great, like, iconic scenes in that movie.
Oh yeah, dude, Rocky 3 is great. And then we go on to Rocky 4.
Yeah, so Rocky 3 was man versus man. Rocky 4, country versus country.
Yeah, Rocky 4 was. I tell you, how I feel about Rocky 4, man. It's my favorite movie ever, man. I will. Anytime if Rocky 4 is on TV or
you gotta watch
see
it.
it on demand, I'll just be like, "Yep, I know what I'm doing."
You gotta watch it all the way
Remember, I
through.
had a friend over one night, and I was scrolling through Netflix because this was back when the Rocky movies were on Netflix. I was sitting there with my friend. I'm like, "Oh, what do you want to watch?" And I was like listening to recommend. I was waiting to get a recommendation from him, and then I saw Rocky 4, and I'm like, "Nope,
That's it. Game, set, match.
I know what we're doing."
That's right. That's right. And that movie's got it all, man. It's got tragic death. It's got James Brown soundtrack.
Dude. Oh yeah, James Brown. Yeah.
Country versus country. It's got steroids. It's got the training montage again.
1985.
That's right.
1985.
That's right. I'm with you, man. One of the great, not only one of the greatest sports movies ever. It's one of the greatest movies ever.
The greatest sports movie ever.
The greatest sports movie.
Period.
Ever.
The greatest sports movie.
That and countries battling it out. It was like USA.
Okay, not only was it the best sports movie, but it was also the best Cold War movie.
Oh yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Let's think about it. You know why they made that movie?
Sure.
They didn't make that movie because it was good for the plot.
Right.
They could have thrown any other guy. If they did it for the plot, they would have had Apollo challenge Rocky for the title.
Sure.
Because remember, they hinted at that a lot.
Right.
In Rocky 3 and
they
Rocky
did. Even
4.
right up to the last scene where ding ding. With the handshake and the
but
the stakes were higher this time, man. It's your whole country The whole country, the stake of the
and
country was
then in
behind him.
and then in 15 rounds, Rocky effectively he doesn't just take down the Berlin Wall, he blows it up.
He does. Yeah, and then
Like he just blows up the Berlin Wall, just ends communism.
yeah, and then if that weren't enough, we get the whole speech at the end. It's like
Oh yeah.
if I can change, you
You
can
can
change.
change. Everybody can
Maybe we can all
change.
change. It's a statement that all countries should follow from
Oh yeah,
that
definitely.
point forward. Yeah, and
Oh yeah.
skipping Rocky Five. Yeah, you're not missing much. I don't.
Oh yeah. It's just. I know the basics. I know that he goes broke, and that's how he loses his money.
Right. And
Yada yada
so,
yada.
did
He
you watch Rocky
brings some.
Balboa afterwards? Then
Oh yeah. Yeah, I watched. Then I went to Rocky Balboa, which I remember is like when I watched it when I was like 7 or something like that.
yeah,
My God didn't pay much attention to it. I just thought it was bad. And then I started seeing people talk about it on the internet. And I watched some clips from it, and I'm like, huh, this doesn't look bad. And then I end up watching it. Holy shit, that was great!
great movie.
No, I'm like, I'm watching this. I'm sitting there. I'm like, why? I'll see. The worst part about that movie was that Max Kellerman was in it.
All right, good. That's a good
Which
assessment.
I don't know how he slithered his way into that.
I guess they owed him something. Who knows?
Um, Rocky Balboa, a lot of emotional scenes in it.
Right.
Like that speech when he gives his kids life ain't about how hard you can hit, it's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward. It's like I live by that, man.
Right.
Like how do you think I got my big GPA?
You never gave up. You fought.
Yeah.
You fought when
Yeah,
you
I
needed
just
to
kept taking the
fight.
hits. That's how you do it. You just take the hits.
Right. But yeah, worthy. Well, what we thought was the end, but then
And then Creed.
we got Creed.
I got up to the first Creed, but
Yeah.
I have watched Creed 2, so I guess I'll talk about both because Creed 2 is fresh enough in my mind.
Yeah, for sure.
Pretty much Creed, great, just great.
I love how they shot the boxing scenes, where it looked like
yeah.
a continual
Not,
shot,
a lot of it,
and
not a lot of
camera.
cuts.
No, yeah, not like
The,
cuts.
the opposite of the Marvel movies. It was just like there's no cuts. It's just they're like 5-minute shots,
Right.
and I'm just watching this like, oh, are you kidding me? How do they get this shot to stay this long?
Little camera trickery, little Hollywood magic, but it looked
It's like
amazing.
you've made cameos in Jay and Silent Bob movies, right?
I have, yes. I'm in the most recent one. Yeah,
Like the scenes I watched, you've only been like maybe a minute.
right. If that, yeah, 30
Like
seconds.
that.
to a
How
minute.
long does it take? How many takes?
I something like
That's
that, like easily, even though it's just a couple seconds, like easily takes like a whole day, just lighting, setting it all up. So to
Yeah,
shoot a fight like that,
imagine
I can't imagine.
those takes where they have to get everything right, all the physical movements, all the fast, like because that it's not like they're punching in slow motion, and you can tell they're not editing it.
Right.
They're actually punching at full speed and fast.
Yeah, it looks like it for sure.
But they've got to nail all these like straight shots, just no cut, no BS, just straight up shots for 5 minutes doing perfect physical movement.
Right.
Because they did, as far as I know, they didn't use stunt doubles. Well, in my opinion, I don't think you have to use stunt doubles for a boxing movie.
Right. But I like it. It's like, hey man, just go in there, the shovel punch now. Boom, bam. Yeah, it was.
Oh
they,
yeah.
It looked great. It looked. I mean, I felt like it was in the ring. It was, but definitely. I think there were some video game influences for sure, and some of the angles and the way it was shot. Is what it reminded me of, and yeah, it was great. Great to see Stallone back. And
He wasn't, the fact that he wasn't nominated for Best Supporting Actor
Yeah.
for Rocky and Creed.
right,
And I say a lot of Oscar snubs a lot, but I say them like kind of half jokingly.
right.
I'm serious, man. He should have been up for something. And I know for some other big award show, he actually did win Best Supporting Actor
Yeah,
for Creed.
yeah. And then Creed 2, we get
Creed
see
2,
see Ivan
pretty
Drago
much
again, man.
the sequel to Rocky 4.
Yes.
I remember when I watched the trailer for that, with all the like the Kendrick Lamar remix in the background,
Yeah.
just like but everything just so crazy. I remember seeing and then like the end of the trailer, just like the guy in the red robes, like you don't know who he's fighting, and it turns around to see Drago.
Yeah.
I remember that made 14-year-old me
Ah,
squeal. I was like, oh!
that's awesome.
It's like, oh my god, it was insane. Just watching that trailer, I'm like, oh my god. Like I just know that Dolph Lundgren's gonna be in it. He has to be in it
Yeah, for
because
sure.
it's his kid.
Yeah.
And then he was in it, and in Rocky 4, Drago wasn't really a character. He was just he was the embodiment of Russia. That was
Yes.
what he was.
Oh, yeah,
he was
for sure.
supposed to be like he was supposed to be the he was supposed to be the physical manifestation of communism.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah,
And
you're right. Yeah, strong, um,
steroids, he cheats.
cold. Yeah, for sure.
He's rude. Killed Apollo Creed.
Right. Just and the enemy. He was the physical
enemy.
embodiment of the enemy.
Which in the mid 1980s, yeah, Russia was the enemy.
Yeah. So I loved how Creed 2 gave him a lot of more emotions to work with, more of an emotional impact.
Some of my favorite scene from that movie is when Drago walks into a Rocky's restaurant and he's sitting at a table alone, and then Rocky just walks up to him, just like, "You kidding me? Like you of all people, what are you doing here?" And then he goes on about this monologue. He's like, "I lost everything after that night." And then he was talking about, "I have son, and all he knows is this."
Yes.
And then this line, I'll never forget it. He says, "My son will break your boy." And I'm just like, oh.
It's on now. It's back on now.
He's a legit character in this.
Right.
And it's awesome because he really did lose everything. His wife left him after that fight.
Right. And the whole country looked on at him. Yeah. It was, yeah.
But, oh, yeah. He was like in the, I think he was in Ukraine.
Right.
That's where he was at.
Yeah.
And he was, he was training his kid because his kid was also abandoned by his mother.
Right.
Which and the reason that Drago trained his kid was so he could get back the trust of Russia.
Right.
Because we know that Russia is they're all shady like that.
Yeah, pretty much.
Russia it's even though the flag looks different, it's not.
Right. So Creed 3 where he battles Clubber Lang's kid now? I would watch that. I would watch it in a heartbeat. Why
I'd
not?
watch it. Oh,
Let's
no, in a
do
heartbeat, I'd watch it.
Yeah.
I know that. Let me just go on IMDb real quick.
Okay.
IMDb.com. I want to see if a Creed 3 is actually in the works.
Well, I see on Wikipedia, I have it up now. It said July 23rd, 2019, in an interview with Variety, Stallone said that a Rocky sequel and prequel are in development. And the prequel might be a TV series, is what they're talking about.
If there is a it's IMDb it confirms Creed 3 is it's happening.
I mean, why wouldn't it? The last two were pretty successful. So.
Yeah. Oh, dude, you know that anybody will eat these movies up.
Yeah, I say do it, man. And if it's if it is Adonis Creed battling Clubber Lang's kid.
Oh yeah, I'll watch it.
I'm in.
I'll watch it. I'll immediately watch it.
I'm in for sure. Then after that, I don't know who he would fight, but I if they ended it there, I'd be
Although
happy.
a Rocky prequel would be awesome.
Oh yeah, for sure. I'd definitely be down with that as well, for sure. So
Like maybe
that's
a
cool though that
young
you've been
Rock.
watching all the Rockies. That's awesome.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's watching all those movies. They're great.
That
They're just fantastic.
That's amazing. I don't know if you caught this. I'm going over the NBA for a second, but did you see they're doing like a virtual horse competition?
Yeah, I saw that.
I didn't read up on how they're doing it, so I guess they put two guys together, and then they shoot a video of the first guy going, and if he makes it, then the other guy has to shoot a video of himself making the exact same shot, and then either he sinks it or he doesn't, and you get the letter. Yeah, my question was, how do you keep it fair? Like
Yeah,
how are you not
because you know those guys are going to be able to do as many takes as they want.
right? So it's got to be the first take, but how are you assured of that? Like, how do they? What safeguards are put in place to keep this fair?
Yeah, that's not going to work.
And
That is just not going to work.
the thing I like watching is I was like, wow, there's I like seeing all the what rich people's driveways look like, or I guess someone probably have basketball courts in their house. I imagine.
Oh yeah, yeah, they definitely have basketball courts. They make all that money. They play basketball. Why
Right.
wouldn't they put a court in their backyard?
Which I would love. That'd be awesome to have basketball
Can't be
court.
that much to them.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Keep your skills sharp. It's a write off. It's a tax write off. This is a work
Wow,
expense.
really? That's a tax write-off?
Well, yeah. It's work related, right? So they can write that off.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah. I mean, it sounds fun. It just I don't know as if it's as exciting as I haven't watched it. I wonder if is anyone doing like crazy like behind the back shots or the one where you throw it where you turn around and you just throw it backwards and you make that shot.
I remember I beat my dad in a game of horse doing that.
Or the
It was, it was, I think, a half-court shot, like
Nice.
behind the back, like this.
Nice.
I didn't even expect to make it. I was trying to recreate the scene from The Office, like first try too.
Yeah.
It was just like catch on the flippity flop, and I ended up hitting it. And then I was
All right.
like,
All right, Dad. Matt.
and I ended up beating my dad in like the most tightly contested game of horse ever.
Good luck. My go-to shot was always the behind the backboard one where you stand behind the
Oh,
backboard
no,
and you
oh yeah,
and you rainbow
like
it
that's
in.
my shot.
Yeah.
Like, if you practice it enough, also it's not really skill. It's just getting the angle down. It's geometry.
It is geometry, but
That's what it
you,
is.
you gotta you gotta have the right amount of
It's gonna
force
get the angle.
comes
just
down.
like
right through the and you gotta get it right through the net though. So it's not as easy. It's not an easy shot either, is what I'm saying.
it's not easy, but if you go from the right spot and you know the angle, it's not that hard.
Put a little spin on the ball and whoosh. Yeah, that's well. I guess that's
I play in a few pickup basketball games. It's like I remember it was at a buddy's house. Like that I don't really talk to anymore, but I remember I was just playing a pickup basketball game with him and and a lot of my other friends. I remember I actually hit the winning shot,
nice.
and I must add like a few assists that game too. I was really good at passing. But I remember I hit this like threading the needle pass.
Oh man, where you're just
Like-
going down court and like, whoop.
Oh yeah, I remember I was at my end of the court. I remember I think I caught a rebound.
Okay,
Nah, I probably traveled,
right.
but I'm not
Hey,
gonna
man, if no
hold
one-
myself
if-
that. I think I maybe took like 2-3 steps.
If no one calls it, then it's not traveling. If no one calls it,
No,
you're okay.
I remember I ended up threading the needle in between two guys, and I like caught one of my friends like streaking down the court with nothing but open court ahead of him. And I remember he kind of just nailed the layup.
Nice,
And I remember I hit the winning shot,
nice.
which is cool.
That's awesome. So I guess I'll keep tabs on this horse competition. I thought it was just weird though. Like,
Yeah. Just a lot of
gotta be some
weird
cheating.
shit going on.
Gotta be some cheating going
Anyway,
on.
I wrote some stuff before
Yeah, let's
before
do
the
it.
show for
What
the
do you-
like for the first time in weeks.
Awesome. What do you got?
I'd like to address the XFL. I don't know if you've heard, but
I did.
they're not having a season in 2021.
Yeah.
And this isn't like the AAF or the previous XFL. where it was a
A disaster.
where it fell because of the incompetence of their executives.
Right.
It was a victim of circumstance.
I feel bad for them. I know, like,
No, I feel so badly for them.
yeah.
Oh my god, I can't believe I'm saying this, but I feel bad for Vince McMahon.
Yeah. Did I watch every week?
Like,
No, but did I watch a few games? Yeah, and there I was actually I was entertained. I thought they had something
yeah,
there.
it was quality football.
Yeah.
But it was quality football. The fans were in the stands. Like there were even a couple stars that were budding out of the league, like PJ Walker.
Yep.
But PJ Walker, he ended up getting a contract with a team for a backup spot. But honestly, after seeing him,
he's good.
PJ Walker could end up being a potential star in the NFL. He has that talent.
Yeah, I agree. But I think the thing I really took out of the X's, I was like, wow, they really tried. They went for it, and they.
Well, yeah, but these guys, it's their last shot.
They believed in it.
Like, you gotta remember, these are guys that have nothing to lose.
Right. They believed in it, and I mean, at this point, like, I don't want to say that they're cursed per se, but what bad timing though. Just
yeah.
Who could have imagined?
Like, you can't really, like, it's like it was like a pandemic, and then let alone a pandemic that started halfway across the planet,
right? And it affected every sport
because some idiot decided to eat a raw bat.
Unfortunately, yes. Yeah, I feel bad for them. I saw, tens of millions lost, and just as a sports fan.
Oh yeah, people out of jobs.
Yeah,
people out of jobs too.
As a sports fan, though, I wanted to see them succeed.
Of course you want to see them succeed.
I would have loved to have seen them grow into something where, where we had football year round, like competitive football year round.
I mean, the XFL kind of was served as a minor league to the NFL.
Sure, but I mean, there really is no minor league NFL, so it's kind of, even if they were the minor league, like that would have been a success. I would have thought.
Yeah, I mean, the NFL doesn't really do minor league because you don't really need a minor league for football.
Yeah. But it was kind of fun to see, like, developing talent though. Much like much like the minor leagues in baseball.
Like in the MCHL, I'm actually in the minor leagues right now. I used to be one of the best, and you could take it from me and my friends. I used to be one of the best.
I believe you.
Like, I used to be. I remember, I think in my second season, I won the Vezina Trophy. I became a Stanley Cup champion, and my friend actually gave me his Conn Smythe Trophy.
Wow.
So I consider that mine. I believe I'm the all-time wins leader.
Wow, you better make room on that virtual mantle then.
Oh yeah, every single Minecraft server I go on, every single time I build a house, even on the Pixelmon server, I put SHL S4 Vezina Trophy, MCHL S1 Conn Smythe Trophy. I always make room for that. I put game pucks from my first win from the Stanley Cup. I remember I actually put newspaper headlines.
You should start signing your autographs like that, like MCHL, like a champion.
MCHL legend.
And then put the date on there.
I'm not really a legend, but like, I mean,
it's pretty legendary.
But I have talked to a few people, and considering their standards from who should be let in the Hall of Fame, I'm not gonna boast for myself, but they've told me that I'm probably a Hall of Famer.
Right.
Anyways, I'm not gonna flaunt about myself. I'm gonna. Anyways, back to stuff that I wrote.
Yes. What else
I'm gonna talk about some Giants draft rumors because believe it or not, we actually have something going on in sports.
Here we go.
Next Thursday, the NFL draft, where Roger Goodell is going to be announcing the picks from his basement.
Yes.
And I'd like to address some rumors that the Giants are involved in. I didn't write them down here, but I know some guys that I'm hearing are Isaiah Simmons. I gotta go to my some guys like Isaiah Simmons, Derek Brown, although a
Derek Brown, yeah,
story
defensive
update from
lineman
one of my
from Auburn.
guys on Instagram. From it was like unnamed NFL source, not even a verified source. I'm not even gonna trust them because Derek Brown is not in play as the
Okay.
pick for the New York Giants. I
Right.
think I've heard like if Okuda slips to 4, which I doubt he's gonna slip there, the Giants might end up taking him.
Right.
Offensive tackle. The big players,
Mekhi Becton.
the big players I'm hearing. I'm hearing about oh God, my mom just texted me. I'm sorry.
Oh no, no problem. You're still alive.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they're running mock drafts all week. So
I'm hearing Isaiah Simmons. Yeah, as stated before, offensive tackle,
right.
defensive lineman. Those are the main positions I'm hearing. Which, don't get me wrong, I am thrilled to hear that those are the 3 main positions that they want to address at number 4
Yep.
or whatever pick they may actually trade back to. Which I'm seeing a lot of Giants fans saying, "Oh, they should trade back." Meanwhile, I'm on the Simmons bandwagon.
Okay.
I am a very big fan of the Giants taking Isaiah Simmons.
Right.
And thing is, Isaiah Simmons is what we call a transcendent talent at linebacker. And I don't know if you recall the last time the Giants actually had a Pro Bowler at that position since Jesse Armstead. As you know, I'm last on the Giants in like 2001. And they haven't had the last good Giant linebacker was Jesse Armstead.
Yeah, that's 20
And don't
years
give me
ago.
Antonio Pierce. Antonio Pierce was solid. He was not good. He was not great.
Right, solid.
He was solid.
Okay.
It's just our standards at linebacker make us think that Antonio Pierce is goated as hell.
Right.
But my great Giant linebackers for me growing up, other than Antonio Pierce, were Michael Woolley, Chase Blackburn, John Beeson for the whole year that he wasn't injured, Jonathan Casillas, and Alec Ogletree. Those guys were decent at best. They were below average among the course of the league. But as a Giants fan, I revere them.
Right.
And even then, Alec Ogletree, who had 5 picks in 2018, ended up sucking so bad that he had to end up getting cut. But I honestly, when was the last time the Giants, and honestly, as a Giants fan that grew up in the 2000s, I don't have a right to complain about them taking an offensive tackle. But when was the last time the Giants had a truly great linebacker?
Been a long time.
Tell me when.
Been a long time.
Carl Banks, Carl Banks, Pepper Johnson, Jesse Armstead, maybe.
Now you're just throwing out names.
No, they were great linebackers,
right.
And they were the last.
Right.
They were the last good Giant linebackers. But honestly, Isaiah Simmons is giving the Giants an opportunity to take someone that they have not had in 2, I shit you not, decades.
Yeah, 2 decades. Is it 2001?
Decades.
Right? Yeah.
Back before I was even a thought. I wasn't even.
Right. Yeah. You were not in existence yet.
I wasn't even. I don't think I was even a sperm cell at that point. I don't even think.
No.
I was. Think about it. Carl Banks, when he retired, 90, 95, 96, I think. Don't hold me to that. But think about it. 2 decades, 2 decades, the Giants have not had a linebacker.
Yeah.
The who? Antonio Pierce? Maybe Antonio Pierce.
Right.
Maybe Jonathan Casillas. Maybe Alec Ogletree. But other than that, you're rolling snake eyes, man. I'm sorry. The Giants have not had that much. But Simmons is the kind of player that will elevate a defense. He is the kind of player. He is a Swiss Army knife on steroids. Remember how well Remember how well the Colts did after they drafted Darius Leonard? Linebacker elevated the whole defense.
Right.
The Carolina Panthers, why were they such a threat on defense? Luke Kuechly. Every single good defense has had at least like a couple great linebackers. They elevate a defense.
Right.
Those are the kind of people. They're the quarterbacks of the defense. Okay, hear me out here. You know how the Cleveland Browns have been at quarterback for the last 30 years?
Yes, I do.
That's the Giants when it comes to linebackers. Yeah. Okay.
So
think about it. Think about it. Name one. One.
I can't even.
But before the show today, before the show, name one in the last 20 years.
Yeah, I can't.
That you can name off the top of your head.
I can't. No one that I can honestly say would measure up. But my question is, will somebody be rolling a camera on you next week as the Giants make that?
I'm going to be rolling a camera on me. I'm trying to. Yeah, we should do the show. We should do a live stream with me. With me reacting to the picks.
I would love that. Okay, yeah, we should. We could probably stay.
Yeah, I got my cable box working again.
All right, good. And I want to see your reaction. But
no, like I'm saying who they should take. I'm thinking they should take Simmons or an offensive tackle.
Okay.
But you know who I think they're gonna take?
Who's that?
And you're gonna call me crazy for saying this.
Okay.
But Derek Brown out of Auburn, defensive tackle.
I think
that's who I have them taking.
Okay.
And you know why I think they're going to take him?
Why is that?
Because Dave Gettleman loves fat-ass defensive tackles who can't rush the passer. He loves them. And I've heard his name in a little bit of rumors. And I'm sitting there, I'm like, oh, hog mollies, here we go. And I know you're thinking, Cameron, this doesn't make any logical sense. Why would the Giants do this? And exactly, that's my point. That's why they're going to take him.
Do it.
Because it makes absolutely no sense. And if you remember on the show, I was the guy who called them taking Daniel Jones.
Right.
I called it. You could go back.
Nope, I remember.
We watched the tape from a year ago.
I remember.
I called them taking Daniel Jones.
And they did.
I said that they should have taken Devin White or Josh Allen. I said they were going to take Daniel Jones.
They did, and I saw
everybody called me
out.
insane. Everybody said the Giants weren't going to reach that far. They're stupid, but not that stupid. Guess what? They ended up doing it. And even though Daniel Jones has kind of panned out, that's proving my point that at the time it was stupid. And they're going to make a really stupid pick because Mahog Molly, because I don't know. But it's just a bunch of smoke screens. Offensive tackle Isaiah Simmons, I think they should go at those positions. All the rumors I'm hearing about them, I think they should. They absolutely should. Right. Linebacker and offensive tackle have been a need since I've been alive. But ever since I've been on this planet, I've spent my entire life, man. I'm telling you, man, screaming from the mountaintop for a proper offensive line. I have spent my entire life screaming from a mountaintop for a good linebacker. I have spent my entire life on this show screaming for both of those things. And you know what? It would make too much sense if they took any one of them. Because you know what? They're going to take Derek Brown. Book it. I'm saving this.
Okay.
You know I'm going to save this as a 30-second clip. You know what? That's happening. Derek Brown at 4th overall of the Giants. Book it. Call me crazy. It's happening.
You heard it here first, ladies and gentlemen. You'll be hearing it over and over. So I really don't know what to say to that. I know you're probably going to be right, unfortunately, and I don't.
Oh yeah, I know I'm going to be right.
Yeah. Oh man.
I say it's a lot. Am I wrong?
No, but speaking of the draft, so they're not doing it in a big room this year. They're not going to be, because of the virus.
It's not going to be in Vegas. It's not going to be at Caesar's Palace.
Right. It's all going to be done, remotely via the internet.
Yeah.
I'm reading the big worry is, and unreliable internet connections can be. You're a gamer. We've used the internet.
I hate lag.
What what happens if there's a lag? What happens if the connection drops? What if Miami's drafting or the Giants are drafting and the clock is ticking and they're like, and the screen freezes or something? What
Oh yeah.
what contingency plans do they have? That's what I'm a little bit afraid of that. Although I'm
The
sure.
worry I've heard
Yes,
on
is
social media is that teams are gonna hack their Zoom calls.
yeah. There's that too.
And Bill Belichick is just like is reading those headlines like
Yes. Yes.
it's
Yeah.
like you got me thinking.
Right. How do we make sure the Russians don't hack into the NFL draft? How do we are we assured of this? I guess I guess we hope for the best, right?
Yep.
But I don't know what kind of backup plans they have for anything in case this happens. And it'd be like, are you there, Dolphins? Hello, who are you picking? The clock, yeah. And this is all time based, and there's a clock, and yeah, it could or I don't know if you've ever drafted in fantasy football. There's the clock, and if you don't draft, they do the auto pick. What if they is that how they do it? You get the auto pick.
Auto pick.
You get the auto pick.
It's a fantasy football draft.
Yeah,
they're just gonna run it on NFL fantasy.
Basically, that's what this is, though. It's on the internet.
I mean, yeah, it's a fantasy draft.
Yeah, that's.
I swear to God, get me in that war room. I'll fix up this team like that.
Right.
Boom, like the 2 years. 2 years maximum, 2-year contingency plan, Super Bowl, bang.
Well, that's the other thing. The team's front offices, I don't know what the plan is. They shouldn't be together in one room. They've got to communicate.
Yeah, they're going to be in a call.
They'll be in the call, yeah, but they're all separate. What if one guy drops out? What if, I mean, there are so many things that could go wrong. I'm just thinking worst case. I think it would be
They should
fun.
get their kids on.
Yes.
The kids probably know about modern football, than they.
Oh yeah, for sure, and they they know about. Well, I hope everybody has like like gigabit like hardwired Ethernet connections, and
I'm pretty sure the NFL has a plan for that.
yeah, for sure.
I'm pretty sure they do.
For sure. I don't know if you want to take this on as a topic for next week, but I saw a thing on I think it was on Deadspin where they were rating the best sports logos ever. And I don't know if you want to pick out maybe your top 5 and we could pit them head to head against each other.
Sports what now? I'm sorry.
Logos, sports logos.
Sports logos, I don't care that much about logos.
Oh, you don't? Okay.
But we could do uniforms.
Uniforms. Let's do uniforms.
Okay. Yeah, uniforms would be great.
Okay, of any sport, all sports? Yeah, why not, right? Okay.
Yeah, maybe.
All right, yeah, Deadspin had a logo challenge, and do you want to know the overall winner? Do you want to guess the overall winner? This is every sport. Hockey.
I'm gonna guess it was some really bad uniform.
I'll give you.
For some reason,
I'll give you a hint.
My generation love.
I'll give you a hint. It came down to 2 teams that don't exist anymore. One.
San Diego Chargers powder blue.
I'm talking like just logos, but and I'll give you another hint. One. It came down. One was hockey and one's baseball. Those were the
Colorado
final 2.
Rockies.
NHL
Colorado Rockies.
That's a good one. Who became the Devils? So hockey, it came down to the Hartford Whalers was one of them, and the baseball one is a team that doesn't exist anymore.
The Seattle Pilots.
Not that far back, but it got whittled down to the Montreal Expos.
Oh, the Montreal Expos.
Yes. And of course the Whalers won because the Hartford Whalers logo is one of the best logos ever designed in my opinion.
Oh, they have the best goal song ever.
Oh yeah, for sure, Brass Bonanza.
Yeah. Oh yeah, the Brass Bonanza.
Although I gotta go, best logo in my opinion is the old Milwaukee Brewers logo where it looks like the baseball mitt with the M and the B. To me, that's
I'm biased when it comes to baseball logos. Come on, man, the NY, the Yankees.
I know. Well,
come on, that's classic.
The logo they used for the Yankees was the baseball bat and the Uncle Sam hat. That version of the logo.
Oh, that logo is awesome.
I agree with you. They put it against. So they were first round. They were put against the St. Louis Cardinals logo, and the Cardinals logo won out somehow.
How the hell? I'm telling you, people just hate the Yankees.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, people just hate the Yankees, man.
Yeah, the Orioles logo made it to the big 8. They lost on the.
My contact photo for you is a sad Orioles logo.
Is it crying?
No, I'm not.
That's
It,
funny. So somehow
no,
the
it's just this. It's this. I got a black
oh
eye.
the cartoon bird. Oh yeah,
Yeah, the
yes.
cartoon bird with a sad face.
Yeah. That's oh right. The cartoon bird's one of my favorite logos as well. It lost out somehow to the Toronto Blue Jays,
Are
which
you?
yeah,
Uh,
which is
that
awful.
that logo's kind of nice, though.
Yeah.
Come on.
All right, I'll go through all these sports uniforms. I'll pick out my top 5 for next week
Jeez.
for sure.
Anyway, on the topic of baseball,
Yes. What do you got?
I just wanted to bring up something. I remember seeing on an Instagram story like an hour before I did this. A post about Alex Rod Alex Rodriguez, from MLB.com. I
Okay.
think it was Alex Rodriguez was ranked the best third baseman in Yankee history.
Okay.
Okay, now I will tell you why this is bullshit. One, he did steroids. His entire career is meaningless. Okay, that should be enough. That should be
Okay,
enough.
but
Just those 5
but
seconds there, dead. But I don't want
okay.
to talk about the Yankee fan base that blindly defends this guy
Right.
and how hypocritical they are, especially after the whole Astros thing.
Okay.
I remember I ended up talking with a guy on Insta who I've known for a long time. 16-1 Police. You can follow him. He's one of those Red Sox hate pages
Yeah.
that kind of loses his brain cells sometimes, but he's a good dude. Basically, my whole point about this this whole thing with the Yankees, because they say that A-Rod only cheated for a few years because it was the only concrete proven case
I
of
don't
him
believe
cheating,
I don't believe that for a second.
and everything he did in the Bronx was legit.
I don't believe that for a second.
Yeah, exactly, and that's exactly my point. They have assaulted the Astros this offseason, which they absolutely deserve.
Sure.
Like the Astros make A-Rod look like a choir boy. Even then, my wacky cousin somehow ended up being an altar boy, so the standards of that are thrown out the window.
Sure.
So, these Yankee fans say that Alex Rodriguez is a credible player in Yankee history, and he should be a Hall of Famer and the best third baseman in Yankee history. He's thrown into Monument Park is because he only cheated for a few years. And this logic would kind of make sense until the whole Astros scandal came out, when they started saying that the Astros should have been revoked for 2018 and 2019, which they absolutely should.
Sure.
Because I don't care what anybody says, they cheated.
Right.
They cheated there too.
Outright, yes.
So I remember I talked to him like, so like, do you believe that the Astros cheated in 2018 and 2019, even though it was only proven in 2017? He said yes. I'm like, well, then why do you think A-Rod? Then why do you think A-Rod is such a great player when it was only? Then why are you defending A-Rod of all people for doping and juicing and having a pile of needles in his locker when because he only did it in Texas, and I'm just sitting there. It's like, are you kidding me?
Right.
Like, but your logic when it comes to the Astros directly contradicts your logic when it comes to A-Rod. And I'm not innocent in this either. I have contradicted my own logic so many times on this show. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm stupid. I'm an idiot.
No, it's called being a sports fan. It's okay.
No, yeah, like exactly. I'm being a sports fan, but when these people are like, you're contradicting your own logic. Your logic doesn't fit. Okay, it's either the Astros only cheated in 2017, they beat us in 2019 fair and square, which I know no Yankee fan will ever admit.
Right.
Because Yankee fans hate admitting their own team responsible for losing. Like, they hate not blaming our things. Or it's that A-Rod is a false Yankee icon, which in my opinion he is. If he ever gets thrown into Monument Park, I will be at that game with a protest sign booing the hell out of him.
You won't be alone. So with that being said, who do you think is the greatest Yankee third baseman of all time?
I can't I'll look them. I'll look them up.
Okay. Well, I have a
Yankee
rank
third
I have a
baseman. Yankee
ranking
third
here
baseman history.
from a blog called Hated Yankees. They have Greg Nettles as number two.
Yeah, Greg Nettles.
But you if you threw in Wade Boggs, I I couldn't.
Brocious.
Scott Brocious is number five. Wade Boggs is number four, and Red Rolfe is number three. But
Are we looking at the same article?
I don't know. We might be.
Oh my God! Hated
Yeah,
Yankees.
that's it. Yeah. That's it.
WordPress.com. Oh
Yep.
my God!
Yeah, we're looking at the same one. Well, that's the first one that came up. So, but yeah, Greg Nettles, Gold Gloves, good offense. Like A Rod
But yeah, Greg Nettles.
Okay,
Like he didn't dope.
didn't dope. Yeah, it was too early for that in my opinion. So, yeah, for sure. I'll agree with. I'll definitely take A Rod out of the running for many reasons, but not one of which is my own personal bias. But yeah, I mean, he got caught. He got caught.
Yeah, and according to Yankee fans' logic, if you get caught once, you get caught for your entire
Yeah,
career.
exactly. No, I totally
So
definitely
that
agree with that.
is my thing on Yankee fans.
Right.
And believe me, like you know how I feel about Yankee fans. I can't stand them.
Yeah.
But like even though I am a Yankee fan, look at that bag in the like on my
I
on my
see the
nightstand
bag.
right
I
there.
see it.
I'm a Yankee fan, but I hate Yankee fans.
Right.
I hate them. Cannot
I
stand them.
well, and well, at least we have one thing in common. So
But I cannot. I love the Yankees, but I hate their
at least
fans.
you have one thing in common.
Hate them.
That's
Can't stand them.
awesome. Cool. All
But
right.
I have gotten called a fake fan by so many of them.
Oh, well, that's one
Not,
thing.
not because of the show. They don't listen to the show.
Right, but that's one thing that Yankee fans love
Comments that I
to.
make on social media.
Isn't that like
But
one of the?
like,
It's one of the things Yankee
but
fans
like
love
even
to
when I
do.
said I was banned from the Yankee Discord server, not kicked, banned in 2018 for saying that the Red Sox were gonna win the division and then beat us in the ALDS.
Right.
I was banned. Shit, you're not banned.
That's sad. But
And Reddit, that's a
not-
whole other story.
That's sad, but not
Like
not
screw
surprising.
Yankee Reddit, which is a very close second to Devils Reddit for the worst subreddit in
Right.
sports.
I'm not surprised.
But I was banned for speaking, which later became the truth.
So funny.
So, like, if anybody is listening to this on the Yankee Discord server, I just want to know, I may not hate you personally, but I hate the server.
Right. That's pretty funny.
I hate a good chunk of the people on that server who dehumanized me as a fan
Sure.
and pretty much took my opinion out of the running because it was any other, literally in this Yankee fan base, literally any other opinion other than we're winning 28 this year, we're winning the World Series, we're monkeys. Like they're monkeys. That's what they are. They're a bunch of monkeys. They're Yankee fans.
Again, I'm glad we have something in common. But
I'm telling you, like, I can hear stories from like the Tennessee Titans Discord server. I'm like, hey, at least they didn't ban you for saying that we were
Right,
gonna get knocked out in the ALDS.
for expressing a valid opinion.
But like for expressing a valid opinion, which turned out to be true.
Right, exactly.
But I said in 2019, but like before the season, I'm like, dude, we're not beating Houston. Everybody's like, screw you, we're beating Houston. You're a fake fan.
Right.
I'm like, dude, I just don't believe we have the pitching. And then sure enough,
There it is.
like even though they cheated and we got screwed, at the time I was correct.
Yeah.
Even though they got absolutely screwed. But I've already beaten that dead horse to death at this point.
Hey, we can keep beating it, but that's why you should listen to Cameron Woolley show, because every so often, or maybe more often than not, Cameron Woolley is right. And you can't ban yourself from your own show. So
Yeah.
yeah, that's
I'm
good.
not banning myself from my own show.
You got anything else?
No, I think we're good.
Awesome. That was fun. Well,
Yeah, it was great.
glad you're doing well. And yeah, I
Yeah, you
mean,
too, man.
yeah, and there's a lot to talk about, even though there's not sports. We can rant about anything.
Oh yeah.
So cool. All right, wrap it up, my friend.
All right. From Ming Chen and what has become the Shared Universe Podcast Studio, I'm Cameron Woolley. Stay safe, stay classy, New Jersey.